Hello!
Welcome to Coffee Stains. We're going to workshop that.
Yeah, I'm about to say, we'll see what happens.
As you can tell, Matt is not here. He's busy doing adult things. Yeah. But, so yeah, let's have a little sip of coffee.
Coffee Stains, etc. Got that caffeine kick.
Yeah.
So good.
So, yeah, we have just backed our first game. So Matt and I have just backed our first game, Brutality, on Kickstarter.
Fantastic.
And that was our first experience of Kickstarter, really. Like, we go through it, we look, we see.
Yeah.
But actually, clicking the button...
It's a bit intimidating, isn't it?
It is. It's very intimidating, it's exciting.
It's a really weird one, because the first time that you kind of go through it, you feel like a bit overwhelmed.
Yeah.
It's like, how am I doing this? How am I able to do the transactions work?
And then you've got to see, what pledge can I go for?
Yeah, exactly.
What should I do? What's all included? But yeah, no, it's very exciting.
So, in what level did you back that Kickstarter then?
So we backed it at like the basic one. So for the game, we backed it with 20 minutes left to go.
Oh wow!
Yeah, yeah. So we
sliding under the.
So we were running out of the options. So there wasn't any of the early bird ones.
Yeah, cool.
I can't quite remember, but I don't think there was too many different options because with this one we backed it to get the game.
Sure.
And you got all the stretch goals
nice,
and
cool.
a lot of stuff with
Something
it.
like a deluxe version.
Yeah.
Nice. I do quite like it when that happens, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because then you're getting everything in one package, and that FOMO is real. The fear of missing out.
Yeah, definitely.
And I've done that on a couple of Kickstarters, which we'll get to very shortly.
Yeah, I mean, if you watched our live stream or video yesterday about the Kickstarters,
sure.
The Street Fighter one.
Oh yeah.
It looks so good. So good. The minis look amazing because they're collectible.
I've had a little peek. I haven't seen a huge amount.
Looks so good. But if you go for the basic entry level backing,
right,
you don't get any of the stretch goals.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought stretch goals were just a universal thing.
Well, not for this one.
Oh wow. I suppose they can just do whatever they want, obviously. But...
Yeah. So you'd have to go for the next tier to get all the stretch goals, and because it's already done a lot of the stretch goals, you're like, well, yeah, it is going to kind of be worth it.
It's almost like they thought about this before they did it.
But yeah, I mean, Kickstarters, they're exciting.
They are exciting, but they are notorious for going wrong now and again.
Yeah,
I think there's been all sorts of stuff. Wasn't there a guy who like just took all the money and just ran, and all of a sudden it was like, oh yeah, there's nothing in the rules to say you can get your money back. Obviously, that is a massive freak occurrence.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's also been things like, I mean, here's the big one: waiting a year for your Kickstarter to come through.
Yeah. So
how does that feel good?
You get very excited. You put it up. You're back a number whatever. I think they're 1717 or something like that.
Really?
Something like that.
Okay.
And yeah, now you've got to wait a whole year.
That's mad.
Like,
it's a funky one because obviously you've got a game
come in.
Yeah. But it is 12 months, and generally they actually go past that. You know, you have the whole manufacturing problems. Let's say a dock shuts down in China for Chinese New Year was a big thing recently.
Yeah.
Where they're like, sorry, we're not doing anything. You're like, oh yeah, cool, all right. So obviously you have that whole anticipation thing, but I don't know whether or not that's necessarily a bad thing.
No, it's pretty good. But once that initial buzz is gone, then you're back on it. You're looking for the next game.
It's got a steady flow of Kickstarters throughout the year.
Yeah. So I suppose like the more stretch goals they make, the longer it's gonna probably make to produce them. So like the Brutality people, I think they've designed all the games. I think they've got mass production molds ready for the core ones.
Nice.
All the stretch goal ones. They got the designs.
Sure.
They've got. I think they've probably got the models.
So will that come out in like a second wave? I mean, I know they kind of do that. You have like the first core game will arrive early, and then you get your extra shit.
I'm not sure.
Cool.
I don't know.
It's a funny one.
But that's something you've experienced, haven't you?
Indeed. So I my very first Kickstarter was Dark Souls. That was my first kind of like cheeky little
foray
into Kickstarter. Didn't go the way I wanted to, if I'm honest. I do like Dark Souls. In fact, got right here. Boom.
Wow.
Size of the boxes are pretty insane. Like you do get a lot of stuff. Fair is fair.
Yeah.
But the problem that I had was that I suppose you have so much anticipation on your first Kickstarter that you want to be perfect. This is not a perfect game. It's fun, it's okay, it's just way too long.
I haven't played it, but Matt has, and he actually quite enjoys it. So I will be his little voice.
Kickstarter's brilliant. But you're going to notice that the big thing with this is that I would rather play other games in that large time frame. To complete a whole game of this, I mean, it says 90 to 120 minutes. Mm-hmm. That's a lie. It's probably about 6 hours.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
That is on.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'd be up for that. I'd be into a 6-hour dungeon crawl.
But here's the thing, and this is the big one. Would you rather do a 6-hour dungeon crawl or play TF4? I suppose this is a subjective question.
I mean, it's a lot harder to get 6 people around the table.
That is true. I mean, this game, what's it? Wonderful.
Yeah.
So there are solo variants. Haven't played the solo variant. But the problem that I came up with this is you never really got that quick win. Mm-hmm. So obviously it's Dark Souls. A lot of people are going to say the IP is kind of built around the idea of getting your ass kicked.
Yeah.
But you would pick up a lot of equipment and go, I can't use that. Mm-hmm. And it's useless. And that buzz of getting something new is completely gone. So in terms of this Kickstarter, by the way, the quality is amazing. Like, there's one thing that is pretty standard across those big Kickstarters is that the molds are fantastic and it looks beautiful. But I think you should have the game behind it as well.
Yeah.
And I've actually got wave 2 of this coming through, which would be the extra stuff, and you could like go into your kind of pledge manager. Mm-hmm. I suppose that brings us on to the next point of the pledge manager after you've actually backed this sort of stuff. So once you've backed Brutality, was there any like extras you could buy afterwards? I'm guessing, or was it just a straight up?
I think it was just straight up, yeah.
Nice. Because it's with the Dark Souls anyway. Once you bought it, it gave you options to buy like extra boss characters.
Yeah.
That's when they really get you. Because I think if I remember correctly, that was about 80 quid. Mm-hmm. All the stretch goals that came with it, I think they totaled up to about 120 quid worth of extras. Which is, nice. I've got to be honest, one of the big things I thought was quite enticing about it. But then you end up in a situation where I don't really care about the extras now because the core game ain't great. Maybe I'm being too judgmental without having that extra wave, but it's kind of an interesting thing that you can go in and add to your pledge afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if Brutality, but it sounds like not.
I don't know. I think we basically backed it, squeezed a little bit, printed it off. I was like, oh, that was good.
now wait 12 months to see if it's any good.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing as well, is the fact that they're able to get that out into the world for general purchase. Mm-hmm. So Scythe's a great example.
Yeah.
Like, the amount of people that back Scythe and like, this is the best game in the world. I don't know what the actual percentages are on great games to not great games. I imagine the not great games is a higher percentage. So there is that. Do you feel ripped off if you do get a game that comes through that isn't maybe brilliant?
That's the bit of the gamble.
It's kind of rolling the dice. Yeah. So, is Kickstarter basically a massive gambling machine? Of do I get this? I think it's great. Like, even with Dark Souls, at the end of the day, still great.
I mean, it's the same with any sort of game. Even if you haven't played it before, but you've heard a lot of people like play it, then if you just go into a shop and buy it, and then it's not your cup of tea, then it's not your cup of tea.
Still the same thing, really.
Yeah. So you're just not waiting a whole year.
That is
the anticipation for it.
You get the disappointment immediately.
Yeah.
But then more often than not, you've done your research and it kind of makes sense. I think the big thing with Kickstarter is like because people haven't really play tested it.
Yeah.
You don't get those big reviewers that would be out there kind of playing the games going, this is brilliant, or maybe you're not forward or whatever. But then at the same time, there's been some other Kickstarters that we have had through. I've only had 2 through myself. I've got a few more in the pipeline. Yeah. I think it's Brass, the remake of Brass. Dice Hospital was another one. Yeah. And then recently it was I forget what it's called. It's a crime scene thing where it's got to use an app to scan QR codes. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but it looks really good. Nice. So there are like 3 that I've got coming. The crime one was recently. Brass should be here in about a month or 2 actually.
Nice.
So maybe we'll do an unboxing or something. But it just looks glorious. But Brass is interesting because that's a remake.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that kind of brings us on to the next topic of people rebooting games through Kickstarter. So I quite like the idea, like just giving a new skin to something that might look a bit tired.
Yeah.
But now kind of adds that, because let's be honest, production quality's gone up massively in the last few years.
Yeah. I'd say it gives the producers, a way to we want to, update the artwork, maybe do a few rules tweaks, but are people going to want it? And it helps reinforce, what they want to do, and allows them to do that sort of thing.
Sure. Which is kind of nice. I mean, I suppose you're kind of paying back the people that actually really enjoy your game in the first place. Like, I think, what was the one I'm thinking of? Oh God, brain. But there's plenty of times where they have rebooted games, just look so much better.
Yeah.
You're like, why would you ever go back to the previous one?
I suppose it allows people to, if they haven't bought the old game before, go for the new one.
Why wouldn't you go for the new gorgeous one? So, with that being said, obviously with Kickstarter, I think it's a great thing. I do have a couple of examples of ones that have gone really well. The one that was a smash hit recently is Rising Sun.
Yes.
Oh my god, okay. So, Rising Sun, same sort of thing. This actually, I've only got the main box here. This came with about another suitcase load of stuff. There's a correlation here, isn't there?
Yeah.
You get a lot of stuff with your Kickstarters.
Yeah.
But is that the main thing with Kickstarter, is that you have that sort of allure of getting a haul of stuff?
I think it is. It's like you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 other boxes, 4 other boxes of Kickstarter Rising Sun stuff.
And don't get me wrong, I love this game, I think it's brilliant.
Yeah.
But you got to get 5 boxes out if you want to play all of the stuff. What I want is kind of like, and Scythe did this, fair play to them, they made a big box. Obviously then people got really annoyed that they were just selling a box.
Yeah.
But it's a storage solution.
Oh, yeah.
I think that I'm going to have to either make one or see what I can do. But that is the big thing, I think, that you just kind of...
Yeah.
I mean, people love presents, right? They're just unwrapping their
stuff.
stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Same sort of thing with unboxing stuff. But this was really interesting because I think a lot of people... Because Blood Rage was another Kickstarter, was mad popular. And Rising Sun was just incredible. I love the miniatures are amazing. The actual gameplay was pretty bitching.
Yeah.
And everyone just had fun, right? There's like not one point where everyone was like, yes, but it's an interesting thing to kind of think about the volume of stuff you get, and is that one of the main reasons? Obviously the end reason might be a bit different.
Yeah. With this one, what I really like, what you got with it, or what you added to it, was the map.
Oh my god, the map.
So, I mean, obviously, like, they must have been like, this is something we want to do.
Sure.
But will people buy it?
Yeah.
You can't, people aren't going to... Will they buy it as a separate thing?
Right.
I mean, people will.
Yeah,
because it's amazing.
It was actually an extra.
Yeah.
So again, that's that pledge manager thing, clicking into it, and obviously there's that completionist in me. The only thing I didn't buy was the art book. I love the art, but I'm not going to go thumbing through a book anytime soon. But you see it, and that was quite an interesting development. Favourite thing about the map, bar none, and you said this as well, there's no glare.
No glare.
Whereas on the cardboard, you do get that trying to see everything. Brilliant.
I think the cardboard one's a bit brighter.
Was it?
I think it is.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I think it's a little bit brighter colour-wise, because I think the mats... Yeah.
But I would happily go away with a bit of colour just so I can get that lovely matte finish.
Oh yeah, it's...
And there must be a call for that out there now.
Oh yeah.
Imagine like being like another retailer for just like bespoke game board. I don't know how they're...
There are them for like war games and things like that.
Yeah, sure.
That type of thing. But
no, X-Wing does like sort of Galaxy mats and stuff. That's quite generic. I don't know if you could actually get the license to do it.
Probably not.
Yeah. Can you imagine Twilight Imperium with like proper mouse mat tiles?
Cool. Instead of the
hexagon.
Well, no, or the actual mat that they made.
With spaces in it. Yeah, let's not talk about that. So, this was a massive example of a huge success in Kickstarter.
Oh yeah.
And I think that the hype was real on this one. The problem is when the hype's real and it maybe doesn't come out that way. That's the sort of roll of the dice you're going to take with Kickstarter, I think.
Yeah, you've got, as I say, you can only do so much research, and if your gut's telling you, I want this game, just go for it.
Absolutely.
If you can afford it, click that button.
Do it.
It's going to make you feel happy.
And other buttons you should click that make you feel happy, that subscribe button. Hey!
That is true, yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, so thanks for kind of watching this, guys. Little foray into our sort of thoughts on Kickstarter.
Yeah. I'm excited to carry on our Kickstarter journey.
I think there's going to be a sporadic sort of, back in the Kickstarter stuff.
Yeah.
I try not to go too crazy on it because you've got all these games turning up. There's so much room Only so much room, sorry, you've got a shelf.
You're going to need another section.
Yeah, I know. You have to get that bespoke shelf game going soon.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
So we'll catch you next time.
Fantastic. Cheers, guys.
When I play Small World, which is my game, like I have to be in charge of it,
Yeah, sure.
and it's a lot more intimidating.